This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Season's greetings to you all. I'm Shashina Rule. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news as the Prime Minister and members of the Cabinet convened in New Providence to outline strategies to stamp out crime. Here on Grand Bahama, a local pastor was meeting with the media, demanding that something be done about the issue of bail for persons accused of serious crimes. The pastor, who is still mourning the murder of a family member less than a year ago, is calling attention to what he calls a breakdown in the system and says the authorities must act now. Local pastor and recording artist Simeon Oughton is outraged. His brother, Christopher, was killed back in January in the Deadman's Reef area, and 4 suspects were later charged with his death. But today, the pastor alleges that some of them have already been given bail.
I'm asking them to raise the bail to at least $1 million cash bail if you're charged with murder. At least $500,000 cash bail, attempted murder. $350,000 for charge with rape. Housebreaking, we have to raise the bar.
He credits the Royal Bahamas Police Force with doing a tremendous job by capturing suspects and placing them behind bars. But he says the laws must be tightened and the Bail Act must be amended to increase the bail amount for suspects, especially in cases of repeat offenders.
The system is so out of whack. Within weeks, these persons are back on the street and shedding the bloods of my brothers and sisters. And I and as a pastor, I'm angry, I'm outraged, and I believe it's time for some radical steps to be taken so we could see some change in our country.
As a pastor, Oughton says Christians must stand up against the injustices taking place in this country.
I'm a part of what's called a Christian Council. What a massive campaign that was raged against gambling. I mean, the Bahamas Council president came to Freeport. They did workshops and seminars, and they brought t-shirts and flyers, and no mankind can stop gambling. None of us. And where is the campaign for the murders that are on the streets of the Bahamas?
He adds that the government must also rise up and take this country back.
We're losing our economics. Our tourists are not coming as they should. The United States Embassy is sending out warning to their citizens. It's affecting all of us, and so we need to get serious.
As he mourns the death of his brother, Pastor Oughton says it is time to save lives by getting tough on the criminals.
You cannot just go into someone's house, invade their privacy, and some smart lawyer gets you off the cuff on bail within a few weeks. And I'm talking, we need to raise the bar. And that's what I'm calling on the authorities to do. Increase the bail. Go to millions. And so, because it's just a few, you listen to the police. It's only a few bad apples that's constantly creating these environments. And I'm asking them to do something about it.
Police say quick action by officers led to the arrest of 3 suspects following the robbery of a gas station in 8 Mile Rock. Now, according to reports, 2 armed men reportedly held up and robbed the gas station around 7 p.m. on Friday. Police say 3 suspects were dressed in dark clothing and wore hooded jackets when they entered the station, demanded cash, and fled the area. Reports reveal that during their investigation in the Hannah Hill area, they arrested 3 suspects who were found in possession of 5 rounds of .38 ammunition, 5 rounds of .357 ammunition, 1 chrome .357 Magnum revolver, 1 .38 fire cartridge, 1 .357 cartridge, and $195 in cash, suspected to be proceeds taken during that robbery. Now, the suspects are expected to be charged before the magistrate's court sometime this week. And police on patrol in Basiline arresting a 30-year-old man for firearm and ammunition possession. Police tell us that around 11 o'clock this morning, officers observed a man throwing an object through the window of his car and then sped off. Officers gave chase and captured the suspect, retrieving a black chrome .45 pistol containing 1 black magazine with 5 live rounds of ammunition. He is scheduled to be charged before the court this week. Switching gears now, as the demand to assist those in need increases in Grand Bahama's stagnant economy, a local charity is calling on the local community to lend a helping hand in the new year. Our Charisma Robinson tells us how the organization made it through another year despite high operational costs and limited manpower.
The majority of the government's grant to the Red Cross Society of the Bahamas has again remained in the nation's capital. But still here on Grand Bahama with very little assistance, officials have managed to make it through yet another year.
You know, the Red Cross in any community depends on its full generosity for its full operation. And our challenges have been operational costs. You know, the fuel is high for the stove we cook on. There is the vehicular fuel to transport the meals on wheels, and the power bill has been high.
Administrator Mary Culma, who has been with the organization for 4 years, says 2013 was definitely better than 2012, but they did see an increase in the number of individuals coming in for assistance.
We have a lot of homeless persons. And it's difficult to assess homeless persons because you don't know where they're going, you don't know where they come from and what their situation is. And so in terms of 2013 has not, in my opinion, been as bad as 2012. That is why I see signs of progress in the economy. But we will always have the poor with us, we will always have the needy with us, and we continue to seek to assist those persons.
Culmer says the organization is in dire need of manpower. She's appealing to volunteers within the community to step up to the plate in the new year.
It would be my hope that the community would become more aware of those less fortunate around them, seek to come in and assist the work of the Red Cross in Grand Bahama. We do not have staff. And so to take on the full community in these various capacities continues to be a great challenge to us. I would want to appeal to volunteers in the community to come in, if only one day a week, and perhaps for 2 hours deliver the Meals on Wheels. That would so much assist the work that we do. We are also greatly in need of persons to go out and assist us with assessing persons in the community. As you know, the Red Cross seeks to provide assistance to the most prioritized in our community. Therefore, it requires proper assessment, and that has been a difficulty.
The organization is thankful, though, for those who did assist in a big way this year. With the help of its corporate sponsors, Culmer says the organization was able to uphold its mandate. Charisma Robinson, ZNS Network News.
Well, transportation officials on Grand Bahama ending the year on a high note as the organization paused recently to mark a major milestone and to honor the legends in that sector. John Davis Roll has this story.
Officials of the Grand Bahama Taxi Union ushered in the Yuletide season with a bang. The popular Legends Marching Band joining Union President David Jones and members of his executive team as they celebrated in grand style. The special event all in honor of trailblazers in the transportation industry.
Today is about giving honor to whom honor is due. We have gentlemen that are the founders of the union who have worked hard for taxi drivers, who have put the Magic City on the map. And today we just want to show them our love, our support, because without them, it wouldn't have been no us today.
Jones says the event this year featured a special twist, as it also signaled an historic moment for the organization.
We want to name the auditorium after a great man, none other than Mr. Andrew R. Munnings. He's actually one of the founders of the union. Then we're going to name some office space after some long, hard serving persons. We had persons like the president's room will be called Art Culmer Room. He was actually the second president of this organization. Then we're going to have the secretary room, which is done by Mr. Kenneth Dawkins. We have the treasury room, Mr. Patrick Russell. All these persons have served hard. So we see it's only fitting that we name these office space and the auditorium after them.
Jones thanked the Grand Bahama community for its unwavering support, and he paid tribute to the men and women who continue to drive the local transportation sector.
We can't take nothing for granted. This year we've had taxi drivers, at least about 6 or 7 taxi drivers pass. So today we want to celebrate also life, but we can't take nothing for granted. These persons have worked hard to put the taxi business where it is today, and we must carry it on.
And going forward with the organization relative to the future of this celebration, and obviously you added a new twist. We saw the band come forward. Obviously it added a flair to the festivities.
Man, that band was awesome, eh? Did you see me in the front there? Again, I couldn't do nothing without my executive. They planned real hard. We spent late hours in the night planning, and it looks pretty good. We're really happy today.
Joan Davis Rowe, Saturday Network News.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues right after this.
Happy holidays from the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Just 2 more days before the New Year's Junkanoo Parade here on Grand Bahama. The parade gets underway at 6 p.m. with the Swingers first out of the gate, followed by the New Kids on the Block, Platinum Knights, then the Bay Shore Warriors, Showtime, Harbor Boys, classic dancers, and superstar rockers. Tonight, members of the Harbor Boys say they are in the hunt for the top award, and they are determined to collect what is rightfully theirs. Megan Shepard has this report.
Freeport, Old and New will be hitting the Junkanoo Parade route this Wednesday as the Harbor Boys plan to put on a spectacular show that is sure to take you down memory lane. Public Relations Officer Theo Arthur says that with just 2 days left and no major sponsor, the group is right on target with their preparations.
We're going with historical sites, what used to be part of Grand Bahama. We're going with the now, what's here now. We're going to do a brief history of the younger generation and then bringing back memories for the older generation who've been here from day one.
Arthur says that they are considered the underdogs in the competition, but this time around they're bringing out an amazing showing of color, dancers, and of course music.
We want all the groups to take notice of the artistry of what we have to offer here at the Harbor Boys. So we're going to bring back a lot of color, a lot of bouncing, a lot of rhythm, you know. The brass music is going to be kicking in. The drums are going to be pulsating. You know, we want everybody to get up on their feet and just begin to perform.
In the final days and hours until 2014, Arthur says Harbor Boys are putting in overtime, pasting, gluing, and practicing. To their fans, he says, get ready for a show you won't forget.
We're expecting to be top shape, to put a show that no one's never seen from us before, to rival with everybody else that, you know, count us out. Like I said, we're known as underdog, and I think that this is the year for the underdog. So all those big groups who think that they're here and they're just easy to win, you know, we're going to put a stop to that this year and let them know that HB Express is coming on the road and they got to jump on or they can get moved out the way.
The Harbor Boys say their Freeport theme is sure to be a crowd pleaser, and they are confident that they will walk away the 2014 New Year's Day Junkanoo champs. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Well, it was a rush out with a different message this past Friday as Freedom International Ministries kicked off its Christmas Bible character and parade at the church on Gambier Drive. It was an effort by the church to bring members of the Christian community together to celebrate the true reason for the season. The festivities included performances from various marching bands, praise teams, dance troopers, and Junkanoo groups as well. Bishop Sylvia Kemp says the Bible character parade brings the Christmas story alive and gets the community more excited about this holiday season.
We believe that, of course, with Christmas being all about Jesus Christ, of course, we have dubbed this the Christmas Bible Characters Parade and Rush Out. And of course, this being the very, very first one, a lot of people may not understand the whole concept of it, but as we begin to see things playing out, more and more people will have a better appreciation. This, of course, is the very first attempt that we're making, and we believe that this is going to actually develop into something that will cause an attraction to take place. And with all the various groups coming to participate, it's going to be something that we all look forward to seeing each year.
Now, the New Life Classic Dancers Junkanoo group of the Legends Marching Band joined in the celebration on the church groups on Friday. Bishop Kemp says Bahamian culture always adds a special dimension to the Christmas celebrations.
We believe that Jesus Christ is the reason for the season, but we are Bahamians, and as Bahamians, we celebrate Christmas in a very, very special way. And of course, that includes all and sundry. That includes whether you are a sinner or you're a saint, whether you are a believer or unbeliever. If you're a Bahamian, you are going to celebrate in the way that we celebrate tonight. And of course, we are so delighted to be able to have those persons who have committed themselves to be here tonight to join us in our special celebration.
And that's a look at stories making news at the hour. Stay with us. Sports is up next with Megan Shepard.
Everybody, welcome to Sports. I'm Megan Shepard. A top executive of the Bahamas Olympic Committee on ground Bahama recently to not only inspire youngsters, but to join forces with the government and a leading social agency. Joan Davis-Roll fills us in.
President of the Bahamas Olympic Association, Romel Knowles, teaming up with Urban Renewal once again. The national sport executive is challenging youngsters from the inner city on Grand Bahama to strive to be the best that they can be. Knowles bringing a personal message of hope as he spoke to the young people on hand for the massive Urban Renewal giveaway on the grounds of Pine Ridge Urban Renewal Center.
Peter Adley and I grew up right across the road in Fawcett Lane. So I want to encourage you young kids, it's not where you start this race, it's where you finish. So I want to encourage you. You know, urban renewal is about changing lives. It's about transforming lives. As a motto, and our motto in the Bahamas Olympic Committee is about changing lives. So we thought it was a great fit to partner, particularly DPM, with Michelle because of her caring, her earnest sincerity towards people. And I want to say to those doubters that urban renewal works. Just look around this evening. There are hundreds of people here due to to partake of some of the things that are here through the Urban Renewal Program.
Grand Bahama is home for many Bahamians to hit the international scene.
We are looking for more Donald Thomas. We are looking for more Olympic champions. But too, we are looking for better citizens. And so our corporate outreach in terms of our social responsibility, you can account to the BOC. We're more than sports. We're about the environment. We're about culture. And certainly we're about people.
Knowles further predicted an exciting sporting year ahead in 2014. He vows to strengthen the association's partnership with Urban Renewal on Grand Bahama in an effort to give back.
On behalf of the Bahamas Olympic Committee, that on these centers, I've already advised Mr. McPhee that we have to run positive programs out here on the weekends. First, we'll start with basketball, then volleyball, and perhaps tennis. You know, as I said earlier, Peter and I grew up in areas such as this, and we know the challenges that we confronted as young kids. And so we wanted to give back. I am endeavored to give back, as a matter of fact, because this is my home.
For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Joan Davis-Roll.
The Tabernacle Baptist Academy senior boys basketball team is still alive in the Arby's Basketball Classic in Bristol, Tennessee. The Falcons lost their tournament opener 58-48 to the Greater Atlanta Spartans. Then Tabernacle, in a must-win situation, defeated Johnson Country High 59-53 to move to 1-1 in tournament play. The Falcons this morning defeated Mentor High, Ohio 56-54 with Robert Joseph scoring 26 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Rashad Russell and Melvin Alsey both scored 8 points. The Falcons will play for 5th place tomorrow at 1 p.m. against Faith United Christian School out of North Carolina, coached by former NBA player Muggy Bowe. The Grand Bahama Little League is preparing for what will be the most competitive season ever at the Grand Bahama Baseball Stadium. The executive team is led by President Randolph Skull Lang. Will Rutherford is the vice president. Brad Thompson will serve as the Sluggers treasurer. The secretary is Alvon Hall. Ozzie Dedman Smith is the player agent. Stephanie Higgs is the coaching coordinator. The concession manager is Kevin Bethel. Carl Nottage is in charge of safety for players and fans. Oscar Green is responsible for information and public relations. And that's going to do it for sports tonight.